A hidden legacy of Hollywood stars. What if I told you the most iconic stars in Hollywood weren't just loved for their acting, but for their integrity, generosity, and kindness? These legends were more than their on-screen personas. They lived lives that went beyond the glitz and glamour, leaving behind legacies of compassion, mentorship, and quiet philanthropy. In a world obsessed with fame, it's easy to forget that some of Hollywood's greatest figures were also its most humble, driven not by wealth or recognition, but by the desire to make a difference. Today, we're diving into the incredible off-screen legacies of some of the biggest stars the world has ever known. You might already admire their acting, but you'll soon learn why these legends' real stories are even more inspiring. Section 1. James Stewart, a quiet giant of kindness. James Stewart was the epitome of modesty. Known for his humility and respect for everyone, particularly those on set, Stewart was loved for how he treated people. Off-screen, he was a quiet hero. During World War II, he enlisted in the Air Force, serving in combat missions, and after the war, he became a vocal advocate for veterans and supported various community causes. But his acts of kindness didn't stop there. Stewart secretly donated money to those in need, never seeking recognition. His actions spoke louder than words, and Hollywood and the world took notice. What's incredible is that Stewart didn't do this for the spotlight. In fact, he was often uncomfortable with any attention on his charitable efforts, quietly helping people without fanfare. This was a man who understood that true greatness lies in what you do when no one is watching. And while Stewart was changing lives through quiet generosity, Gregory Peck's own legacy was unfolding in a similar fashion. Section 2. Gregory Peck, the integrity icon. Gregory Peck wasn't just an actor. He was an icon of integrity. Known for his strong moral compass both on and off screen, Peck used his platform to advocate for civil rights and peace during a time when the world needed it most. He was a vocal advocate for racial equality, speaking out against segregation, and his activism helped pave the way for future generations of actors to use their fame for good. But what set Peck apart wasn't just his advocacy. It was his role as a mentor. He took younger actors under his wing, guiding them through the tumultuous world of Hollywood. He believed in creating an environment of respect and kindness on set, mentoring those who would go on to become stars themselves. Peck wasn't just interested in his own success. He dedicated much of his time to supporting humanitarian causes, living a life driven by purpose. And when it came to generosity, Gregory Peck's legacy didn't stop with his advocacy. It extended into his personal acts of kindness, always quietly helping others without seeking any recognition. But while Peck was changing the world, Audrey Hepburn's kindness was having a similar, yet distinctly different, impact. Section 3. Audrey Hepburn, a beacon of grace and compassion. Audrey Hepburn wasn't just a beloved actress. She was a beacon of grace and compassion. Her elegance transcended the screen and seeped into every part of her life. Known for her timeless beauty and distinctive style, Hepburn was also deeply committed to making the world a better place. Her work with UNICEF became legendary, and she dedicated much of her time to advocating for child welfare in impoverished countries. Hepburn didn't just speak about the issues. She lived them. She visited some of the world's most troubled regions, bringing attention to the plights of children who were suffering. Her hands-on approach to charity set her apart from many of her peers, but Hepburn's acts of generosity weren't just on a grand scale. She was known for her quiet kindness, taking the time to write personal letters to fans, offering support to friends in need, and always looking for ways to give back. It's clear that Hepburn's beauty was more than skin deep. Her legacy of compassion was not just about giving money. It was about giving her time, her heart, and her unwavering belief in the goodness of others. But while Hepburn's humanitarian efforts were changing the lives of countless children, another star was spreading joy in a very different way. Kaye. Kaye. Laughter and service. Kaye is often remembered for his wit and infectious humor, but what most people don't realize is that his laughter was only part of his legacy. Kaye was an advocate for UNICEF, much like Audrey Hepburn, and worked tirelessly to raise funds for children's programs across the globe. But Kaye wasn't just a figurehead. He used his personal charm to organize charitable events and bring joy to those in need. His infectious energy helped lift the spirits of everyone he met. For Kaye, laughter wasn't just a career. It was a way to connect with others and give back. He understood the importance of using his fame to make the world a better place, and he did it with a smile. Whether he was entertaining at a benefit, traveling to war-torn countries, or simply being there for a friend, Danny Kaye's legacy wasn't just about jokes and songs. It was about making the world a brighter place with his kindness. As Kaye's laughter echoed across the world, Fred Astaire's elegant presence continued to inspire generations, both as a dancer and as a role model. Section 5. Fred Astaire, Modesty in Stardom. Fred Astaire was the definition of grace and charm. Known for his pioneering work in dance, Astaire's contributions to film are undeniable. But what many don't realize is that his success didn't go to his head. In fact, Astaire was known for his modesty, always showing appreciation to the crew who helped make his performances shine. Despite being one of Hollywood's most famous dancers, Astaire was humble, always willing to lend a hand to younger dancers, offering advice and encouragement. He helped shape the careers of many aspiring artists, understanding that true greatness comes not from personal accolades, but from lifting others up. His philanthropy was just as quiet as his demeanor. Astaire didn't seek the spotlight for his charitable work. Instead, he let his actions speak for themselves. His legacy is one of silent generosity, proving that sometimes the most influential figures are the ones who make the biggest impact without seeking attention. But Astaire wasn't the only one shaping Hollywood's future. Mary Pickford's trailblazing efforts in the early days of Hollywood would leave a lasting imprint on the industry. Section 6. Mary Pickford, the trailblazer for actors' rights. Mary Pickford was a true pioneer. In an era when actors had little control over their careers, Pickford co-founded United Artists, a company that would forever change the way Hollywood worked. By creating a platform where actors had more say in their contracts and earnings, Pickford empowered future generations of actors to take control of their careers. But her activism didn't end there. Pickford was an active philanthropist, dedicating her time and resources to supporting underprivileged communities. She was passionate about helping those who needed it most, whether through her charity work or simply by being there for those who admired her. Pickford's legacy wasn't just about her groundbreaking work in film. It was about the change she brought to the industry. She fought for actors' rights at a time when many were powerless, and she did it with warmth and grace, always appreciating the people around her, from fans to fellow actors. Her commitment to both her craft and her causes left an indelible mark on Hollywood, one that continues to inspire those in the industry today. Bette Davis. Strength with compassion. Bette Davis was known for her commanding presence on screen, but behind the scenes, she had a heart of gold. This two-time Oscar winner was incredibly generous with her time and resources. In addition to supporting various humanitarian causes, Davis dedicated a significant amount of her life to helping cancer research. She worked tirelessly for the American Cancer Society after losing several close friends to the disease. But Bette Davis didn't just speak out on causes, she showed up. She visited children's hospitals and lent her voice to numerous social campaigns, even when her own health was in decline. Davis believed in using her fame to make a real difference, and she did just that, all while maintaining her fierce, unapologetic persona. As Davis was making waves on the charity front, another giant in Hollywood was quietly doing his part to leave a mark on society. Let's take a look at Marlon Brando. Marlon Brando, more than just a rebel. Marlon Brando is often remembered for his rebellious spirit and intense performances, but his legacy goes much deeper. Brando used his fame to bring attention to issues that were close to his heart, especially Native American rights. In one of the most iconic moments in Oscar history, Brando refused the Academy Award for The Godfather to protest the treatment of Native Americans in Hollywood. This bold move stunned the world and set a precedent for actors using their platform for activism. Brando also supported various charitable organizations throughout his life, including those focused on civil rights and social justice. while his public persona may have been complex. Brando's personal efforts to fight for equality and his quiet contributions to underserved communities revealed a side of him that was deeply compassionate and empathetic. As Brando's advocacy took center stage, another star was working behind the scenes, bringing laughter and goodwill to those who needed it most: Humphrey Bogart. Humphrey Bogart, the tough guy with a heart of gold. Humphrey Bogart might have played the tough, cynical detective in Casablanca, but in real life, he was anything but. Known for his classic roles in noir films, Bogart was also a supporter of various causes, including helping out veterans and advocating for world peace. He was a strong voice during World War II, and he raised awareness about the plight of refugees and the effects of war. Bogart's generosity extended to those closest to him as well. He was known for his quiet, behind-the-scenes charity work, including setting up funds for the widows and children of soldiers killed in battle. His influence on Hollywood was immense, but his ability to show kindness and empathy off-screen left an even greater impact. As we move from Bogart's quiet acts of generosity, let's dive into the life of a man whose dedication to civil rights was unparalleled. Charlton Heston. Charlton Heston, a voice for justice. Charlton Heston was a towering figure both in film and in his advocacy for civil rights. Heston's commitment to justice went beyond his iconic roles in Ben-Hur and the Ten Commandments. He was a passionate advocate for racial equality, marching alongside Martin Luther King Jr. during the civil rights movement. In addition to his advocacy for social justice, Heston was also a philanthropist who supported causes like cancer research and efforts to combat hunger. His powerful speeches and quiet contributions shaped his legacy as a man who used his platform to fight for those who couldn't always fight for themselves. And while Heston was a giant on the political stage, there was another star who was known for her sunny disposition and love for animals: Doris Day. Doris Day, a life dedicated to animals. Doris Day was loved for her cheerful roles in Pillow Talk and other light-hearted films, but her real passion was helping animals. After retiring from acting, Day threw herself into animal welfare, founding the Doris Day Animal Foundation. She was instrumental in advocating for the humane treatment of animals and worked tirelessly to protect them from abuse and neglect. Her deep love for animals wasn't just a passing interest. It was a cause she championed for decades. Doris Day's legacy continues through the foundation, which provides funding for animal shelters and rescue organizations. But her quiet generosity wasn't just for animals. Day also gave a significant portion of her wealth to causes supporting veterans and the underprivileged. Day's devotion to kindness continues to inspire, and as we turn to another star who used his platform for positive change, let's look at the incredible generosity of Cary Grant. Cary Grant, the definition of elegance and generosity. Cary Grant, known for his charm and impeccable style, was much more than just a leading man in romantic comedies. Off-screen, Grant was a model of generosity. He was deeply involved in various charitable organizations, including those supporting children's hospitals and cancer research. Grant's philanthropic work wasn't about seeking attention. It was about doing what he could to help those in need. He regularly gave anonymously to causes close to his heart, quietly providing financial support to individuals and charities. His legacy as a gracious and giving man is just as significant as his career in film. But while Grant was busy helping others, another Hollywood legend was working to uplift those around her: Julie Andrews. Julie Andrews, a legacy of grace and giving. Julie Andrews is known for her roles in Mary Poppins and The Sound of Music, but behind her iconic performances lies a woman dedicated to helping others. Like many of the stars we've discussed, Andrews has been a long-time supporter of UNICEF, dedicating time to raising funds and awareness for children's rights around the world. She has also worked to promote education and the arts, ensuring that future generations have the opportunities to explore creativity. Julie Andrews' generosity extends beyond money. It's reflected in the time she's devoted to countless charitable causes and the love she's shown to children in need. Andrews' legacy is one of compassion, not just for her fans, but for humanity as a whole. From one legend to another, let's look at the life of Gene Kelly. Section 14. Gene Kelly, Dancing for a Cause. Gene Kelly's contributions to dance were groundbreaking, but what many don't know is that he was also a tireless advocate for social causes. Beyond the elegance and skill he displayed on screen, Kelly used his platform to support youth education, especially in the arts. He was deeply involved in efforts to provide disadvantaged children with access to dance and other creative outlets. Kelly believed that art could change lives, and he worked to ensure that young people from all walks of life had the chance to experience the transformative power of dance. His charitable spirit extended to many areas, and he remains an example of how to use one's talents for the betterment of others. Section 15. Sophia Loren, A Heart as Big as Her Talent. Sophia Loren, one of the most iconic actresses in history, is known not just for her acting, but for her deep generosity. Loren used her success to support various humanitarian causes, including children's health, education, and anti-poverty initiatives. She's always been a vocal advocate for helping underprivileged communities in Italy and around the world. Sophia also dedicated much of her time to UNICEF, helping improve the lives of children in war-torn and impoverished regions. Her quiet acts of kindness, often unnoticed by the media, only added to the admiration people have for her. Loren's legacy is one of grace, compassion, and a dedication to making the world a better place. These stars didn't just impact Hollywood with their roles, they changed the world with their hearts. From James Stewart's quiet generosity to Gregory Peck's unwavering integrity, Audrey Hepburn's global impact to Danny Kaye's infectious joy, Fred Astaire's humility to Mary Pickford's trailblazing work for actors' rights, these legends show us that true greatness lies in how you treat others. In a world obsessed with fame and fortune, these stars remind us that the most powerful legacies are often the ones we don't hear about in the headlines. Their kindness, generosity, and dedication to making the world a better place were just as important as their legendary performances. So, next time you watch a classic film, remember the heart behind the actor. Because sometimes, the greatest stars shine brightest when the camera isn't rolling. If these stories of kindness and generosity moved you, don't forget to like this video and share your thoughts in the comments below. Who else do you think deserves to be remembered for their kindness? Subscribe for more untold stories of Hollywood legends.